All right, everybody, we are back for part two of today's episode. Um, so I think that this was a good cul-de-sac, but I kind of want to sort of now like speed us up because I think that like
Yeah.
this cul-de-sac took care of a couple of things. Mostly it has given you back your
Healed
rest, you're
us. Yes.
revitalized, you have energy, you
Mhm.
have spell
Yep.
slots. Um,
Ugh.
you know, the road to
Moisturized.
yeah. The road to
Yeah.
Linvale, besides sort of running into a couple of refugees and people sort of like running scared away from the area of Long Branch, is uneventful. And you are able to get to the city pretty quickly. And I just kind of want to ask, like, what are we looking to accomplish here? Because I know that part of the reason for coming here was looking for a healer. Are we still
Mhm.
trying to do that? Are we trying to recruit people? Are we trying to book a boat to Westfall? Are we trying to find if we can find an Eye of the Storm here? And this actually takes me to the first handout that we have for today. So if you would open your handout folders, player, and go to handout 1, you will find a map of Linvale, a city that Helena you would know well. It is the capital of Eldria. It is a place that you would have been many times. You are familiar with this city. So you would be familiar with many of its landmarks, which I'm going to now put on screen. Oh, no, that put the wrong map there. And then still the wrong map there. Apologies, dear viewers. Oh, I seem to have messed that up. Give me 1 second and we'll get Linvale on there.
I see
Um,
Linvale.
yes, you guys should be seeing
Here.
Linvale, but our
Mhm.
dear listeners, or dear viewers rather, are seeing a different map. There we go. Now we should be seeing Linvale. So yeah, kind of like, what do you guys want to do here? And there's a certain amount of, if we're just kind of doing some procedural things, I think that we can kind of really quickly speed through them. I don't think that we need to
Sure.
sort of be like bogged down in Linvale too long. But kind of like, what's the to-do list here? What are we looking to accomplish?
I think we should definitely try and get a boat to Westfall,
Mhm.
and also check out how long that's going to take. I think we should stop into Maeve's. Um, it might be good to do a little bit of shopping for.
I think we should maybe stop into Maeve's first to see if there's an Eye of the Storm in Westfall, and we could just go there.
Smart.
But but
Makes
um
sense. First stop there.
but maybe.
Yeah, sounds like a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't really need the healing so much now.
Yeah,
But
there is a district of the city in the upper half of it called Mage's Ward, which is where a lot of
Mhm.
the magic specialized stores and kind of like, alchemy shops, Regency Surprise, like those kinds of things are located there. So, Helena, you don't kind of immediately know if there's an Eye of the Storm here, but you suspect that that would be a good place to look.
Okay, great. We could possibly stock up on some supplies.
yeah,
Possibly.
possibly. Do we have any money? I don't
Who
think we have
knows?
much money.
Who dares to dream?
You don't have a ton. I believe that you've got
No.
Yeah.
like that's on you guys to keep track of, but I believe you have a couple
I
hundred gold.
know.
True facts.
It's been a very long time since we've gotten any additional money, so I
Yes,
have
that's
to
true.
look
Well,
back
look,
in my notes.
you could be doing mercenary jobs in the countryside right now, or selling your valuable magic
Listen.
objects. The main hub of this campaign is literally a store. Capitalism is right there waiting for you with its loving embrace.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
It's true.
Investigation checks, please.
Ooh, not good.
I got a 9.
I got also a 9 with
Hmm.
my bonus. Yeah.
God, you're so lucky that Harriet is there because you are both
Oh,
like
wow.
you are both
Oh,
like
phew.
it's weird. I guess Maeve just like never set up shop in this town. We've now like looked everywhere, and Harriet is the
Oh,
one that
no.
sort of goes, folks. But it takes a little while to find it, but she does eventually
Oh,
locate
okay.
an Eye of the Storm.
We are going to be so lost without you.
It's
Yes, I know. Just,
But we'll be all right. I mean, obviously, we would have found it eventually, just a bit slower. But thank you. I'm going to
sure,
be quiet.
this greatly inspires confidence. All right, let's ring
Let's
the
go in.
bell.
We ring the bell.
the bell.
The door opens, and inside you find Maeve turning a large handle on a cauldron of bubbling pink liquid, next to which are another cauldron of the same bubbling pink liquid and a third one of this clear blue liquid. And she will look up and sort of waft some fumes away and go, "Ah, yes, thought it might be you three. Come on in, come on in.
Hey, Maeve, how's it going? What's cooking?
Healing potions.
Oh, you're such a star.
Yes,
Oh, that's
they
great.
should be ready in another day or two."
Great.
Oh.
Harry, you can have some when they're ready.
Great.
And
Yes, because apparently I'm going to be staying here, Maeve. Maeve will go, "Are you now?"
Don't you two side against me. That would be very frightening.
How could I possibly side against you, Helena, when I don't even know what the argument is, and already I can tell that you're wrong? See, I like her. She sees the world very clearly.
You two
Maeve,
teaming
we
up
brought
is
you
not
a
ideal for me.
present. We brought you a present.
Wonderful.
Did we, Cal?
Wonderful.
Yes,
Where's the present?
I've got some of the glass. I got some of the glass.
Oh,
Still.
yeah.
It's some. Look, it's some aridum. Aradum.
Where the heck did you
Aridum.
find that?
So a bit of a story.
It's on the corpse of a giant.
Oh, that story.
necromancer.
Yes, Maisie told me.
Yeah.
Maisie told me about it.
Yeah.
You two took a bit longer
Oh,
getting here.
What? Hang on, what?
yes. We walked to Linvale.
Maisie's here?
Maisie came and
Well,
went.
she
Yeah.
probably
of course,
She,
she went.
she
went
and the
back
rest
to
of the snow
Salem.
leopards went back to Salem, and then I connected
Yes,
them
great.
back to Cloudfall. Tarok and those folks, as well as Grima and Akali, have returned to the Tel'Dorath.
Oh, how's Ikali doing? How's Grima doing?
Well, there's a reason why I'm cooking a quite large vat of healing potion. A lot of those folks need
That
it.
is-
Yeah.
That is fair.
Hmm.
That
Thank you,
is
Maeve.
fair.
That is quite unusually cut for that material, Cal. Do you
I
tell
thought you
her
might
the
be
whole story?
curious.
Yes,
Yeah,
and about the
yeah.
Red Pyramid, I think, Cal.
Yeah.
Why the heck were you talking to a strange object? Didn't you?
Right.
Didn't.
No.
Okay.
I agree, Maeve. I agree. Cal made friends with it.
I thought that we had just killed a giant undead bird,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes, and
I felt rather invincible.
okay.
You know,
And also, I just trusted it. I don't know. There's something. It didn't feel evil.
how familiar are you with the principles of Feywild alchemy?
The what? Sorry.
Feywild alchemy. The four golden principles. Are you familiar with them?
I am not.
Okay.
Can't say that I am.
Principle number 1. The more things are similar, the more they can affect one another. Principle number 2.
Okay.
Once together, always together. Principle number 3. Appearance is in many ways equal to substance. And principle number 4, and this is the fun one for you kids, what is given can be taken away. So
Okay.
just
Oh.
know that you were given something, but that at a moment something might take it away, especially something that seems to have been mysteriously taken away in the form of the pyramid itself. But well, my old friend, and she'll put an arm around you, Cal, we certainly know that nothing bad has ever happened from making deals to be cashed upon at a later point with strange mythical creatures, don't we?
No, it's fine. It turned out fine.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Here, she'll hand both of you 2 potions of superior healing apiece. And then she'll go,
Ooh.
make it last. I'm making these as fast as I can. But supply is going through the roof. Excuse me, demand is going through the roof.
You could get a good price, Maeve, in times like these.
I'm not a price gouger, Helena. I'm giving away most of this. If the
I
world
noticed.
comes to a not an end, if the world comes to continue, I expect very, very, very good word of mouth from a lot of people.
And you will have it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good. All right. What's next for you all? What am I babysitting next? Some kind of cockatoo?
Well, I wanted your opinion on something.
Yes.
We're going to meet Razak.
Oh, and the train just keeps on rolling when it comes to fantastic
Yeah.
lessons that are not learned.
Well, yes, but I'm trying to be smarter about it. But they are fighting another one of these things.
Yes, I
Razak
know.
and
I'm
Solinese
sorry. I shouldn't
Navy.
be so snarky about this. You do need to get rid of that Leviathan thing.
It's fine. I hate her too.
Good.
But but I want to be smart about it because I know the second that we kill that thing, she's going to turn on us and try to steal Volt. So I'm trying to decide whether to bring him or not.
Let me see. I might have something in one of my spell books that could help you. One moment, please.
Ooh. All right.
Because Cal, like, Volt, not to be mean or anything, but was not particularly effective with the rock.
Can't tell.
Or, to
can't,
put it
can't
another
help
way-
but notice that he's still diminutive. Maeve will say, kind of like looking over one of her spell books.
He is.
To put it another way, he was in danger, a little.
You think he was in danger?
I think we worried about him a little.
When you say that he was in danger, Helena, Volt will growl and sort of just like, no.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm sorry.
I was strong
okay.
and tough and helpful.
Why is everybody so impossible?
Yes, you were. You were so strong and tough and helpful. And I'll
But
kinda,
Cal, you were
ruffle
actually
his
there.
scales. I wasn't there.
You
Yes,
were
I
there.
was.
I'm
Yes, I
just
was
going to be
there.
quiet. I'll just annoy everyone today.
I he is
He
my
fell
perfect special.
off. We were worried where he was.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Well, Volt and Cal will look at Volt and say, "How would you feel about getting bigger very fast?"
He'll kind of, like growl and like bare his teeth at you in a good way.
Volt, how would you feel about a sausage?
That was keen insight, Beth.
That was keen insight. But
Maeve will throw you a scroll, Cal.
oh, thank you.
Scroll of Word of Recall. You'll need to set it up, but given your connection to your goddess, or to the goddess that empowers you, I think that you should be able to do it. You'll be able to designate a place that has a connection to your goddess. I imagine the local temple to the Night Star might be just enough to do it. And then when you cast the spell again, you and up to 5 other willing creatures will find yourself instantly transported to the sanctuary that you designate from wherever you are on this plane. So, kill the monster, and then before the Solinese are able to pull any tricks, you Word of Recall out of there.
Amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That'll be 600 gold, please. I also accept blood for long-term payments.
Blood?
Oh, well, as collateral.
Okay.
But
Yes,
you
Cal.
know what? Fine.
Pull on this thread.
Take-
Find out what I would have sold this for in times when the world wasn't ending. Ask me how much it costs to produce one of these scrolls. This is divine magic. This isn't even my ballywick. This is something that I needed to get specialty made, and I'm letting it go for 600 measly gold.
Fine. Take my blood.
You can take my blood.
Take both of
For
our
this,
blood.
I'll take both of your blood.
Okay. What are you going to do with it?
Well,
Yeah.
if when the time comes, you two don't pay up on this debt, don't settle, and the world doesn't end, then I will use it to find you and to make sure that you are properly compelled to pay back on the loan.
Sounds great.
If
You
the
know-
world does end, I think that we'll let it slide.
Oh, that's very reasonable.
Thank you.
You
Yes,
know
I
we're
am.
good for it.
Look, put it this way, you're much more of a repeat customer than I would have ever dreamed of.
You're welcome.
Yes. But make a stop on the Temple to the Night Star before you leave. Get that set up. I think that that will be
Will do.
a good little solution to your Solinese problem. If you can have an escape hatch. And that is you plus 5. So 2 of you,
Okay.
Volt, Satus, and hopefully your 2 dragons.
Yep. 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 That we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna find them.
I believe
Come
in
back.
you greatly, but I also want that blood before you go.
Yeah. Here.
You can have it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will
So
take
ready.
Yeah.
very good care of it.
Thank you.
Wonderful. What else? What else can I do for the 2 of you today?
Well, we are going to need some transport of some point, and we might be not involving you in that, but we just
Okay.
thought...
Where are you going?
Westfall.
Okay. Do you want to pop over?
Do you have a branch there?
We do. It's been a second since anybody's come
Extraordinary.
through, but yes, we do have brunch.
Well,
Okay.
that's good.
We're not actually due there immediately, are we? We are due there...
No.
We're due there
Oh.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
due there tomorrow, so maybe we can stop by the Temple of the Night Star here in Linvale and maybe find a place to stay for the evening.
Harriet will go.
then-
I'd like that. I'd like that very much.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I do suppose we did promise to tell all our people if and when we'd need them.
Do you need them?
We're not quite there yet, though, are we?
No, we're not. We're not.
We
They could all.
might
They all
want-
use like they all looked like they could use a solid night's sleep.
I
sure.
agree.
And we're going to see Rizark and then figure out what the plan is, and I think maybe we should recruit some other people.
Why not?
New
Who are
people.
you thinking? Who are you thinking?
Who have we not recruited yet?
That's a great question. Sonia.
Oh,
I'm not sure how useful in fighting a Leviathan she'd be, but
it's awful, isn't it? It's just picking people to potentially be killed.
yeah.
Um,
The pirate queen captain.
Yes, I
maybe.
feel
For La Kerwin.
fine about that.
Yes.
Worth a
How
shout.
should we track her down? Says Maeve.
Great question. Last we saw her was in Amar,
Hmm.
right?
Yes, that's quite the dartboard to simply be throwing knives at.
Yeah. That that is true. That is true. Absolutely. I don't know. Harriet, do you think you could think of a way to find her?
Oh, Cal. She was like, I thought for a moment that you were going to ask me if I could think of anyone else that you should bring along, and I would have had a hell of an answer for you. I was ready. Do ask. Well, let's see. You trying to track down a notorious outlaw, person who, if she could be easily found, would have already been found by the people that she makes a living by robbing. Safe to say that both she and her craft are fairly well shielded against divination magic. I suppose that I would start by going to a known port of call. asking for anyone that might be able to have a direct connection to her, and then kind of repeating that pattern through, the next few days, if not weeks. But I can't think of an expeditious method of making contact with someone that has, for professional reasons, really made herself quite hard to track down.
As always, you summarize so beautifully.
Now ask me the question about whether I can think of anyone else that should be coming along with you. Ask me. It'll be fun.
Harriet, the thing is, I want you to come. You know that. Are we going to do this all day?
We are going to do this far, far longer than all day. All day. How optimistic you are. That's why I love you, Helena. If you think that we're going to only be doing this all day. Lovely.
I guess I am an optimist, yeah. Oof.
Not to interrupt
Okay.
whatever that was, Maeve will say, but I've got a cauldron to stir. So am I connecting you to Westfall? Is there more things that you need from me?
We're heading to the temple
Not
right now.
at present. We're headed to the temple.
Okay,
And
very good.
maybe explore a little bit.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay. Cool.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's very easy to, I'm just going to put up the map of Linvale back onto screen. It is very easy to find the local temple to the Night Song, to the Night Star, excuse me. Now I'm doing the Baldur's Gate thing that you were doing a little while ago, Emma.
Yeah.
It's very easy to find the local temple to the Night Star. There is a section of the city that is known as the Queen's Court, which is where most of the major temples are located. As a good Veldrin city, Linvale is mostly a place that worships the Iron Queen, which is why this area is known as the Queen's Court. And her cathedrals are sort of these massive palaces of justice where, both prayer and the prosecution of criminals are handled. But you are able to find a much smaller, more discreet temple to the Night Star. And you're able to talk to the local priest about setting up a sanctuary there. They give you their blessing. And under sort of this sacred night-blooming tree, you cast a ritual. And you see momentarily on the ground this spiral of runes appear, letting you know that your word of recall spell has been anchored there.
Great. Okay. Hopefully, you'll see us and some others soon.
Best of luck. May the night,
Thank-
may the Night Star, may the Darkness Bringer take care of you and wish you well on your travels.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Any other business? Or is it time to
What a
go
great
get rip-roaring drunk?
It might be.
It might be. Yeah. Unless there's anything else that you can think of, anybody that you know here, Helena, that could maybe help in any way.
Harriet will kind of look at you and go, I mean, we know loads of people in Linvale. My family
true.
alone has connections to plenty of bankers, mercantile types, movers of goods, importers, exporters, a couple of people in the military, some folks in the local mages guild. I'll be honest with you, this all seems either massively not their department or well below, or well above their pay grade, though. I can't think of anyone that should be talking to in the massive monster killing matters.
Yeah,
Can
I'm
you
not
think of
really
anyone, darling?
familiar with.
Anyone I want to send to almost certain death? Who's that guy?
Pick me,
Apart
pick
from
me.
him.
All right, I promise I'm stopping. Give it a rest.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe, Cal, the fact that we will soon be in the warm bosom of the Solinese Navy, we should consider that as quite a lot of people for now. So maybe it's
Yes.
time to have a drink.
Sounds good to me.
The night is wonderful.
Oh,
Oh, go.
just to say this, I think I left Volt with
With
Maeve
Maeve?
for the time being.
Sure.
Yeah, just so we
For the
didn't have to
evening,
deal
okay.
with.
Great.
Yeah. didn't have to deal.
Yeah. The night is wonderful. You post up at one of the local inns where you're able to get nice accommodations for the night. The city is in a state of kind of anxiety over these massive mammoth monster sightings, but there are still enough people looking to have a good time that you are able to have drinks, have good dinner, spend some time kind of in like the jovial time of the inn. True to her word, Harriet does give it a rest, and knowing that this may be your last night together, will, turn to a more jovial state and seems to want to make sure that you spend the time that you have together making happy memories. In time, I think that, Cal, perhaps you go back to the Eye of the Storm to pick up Volt, check in on how he's doing. Helena and Harriet, the two of you retire. And come the next morning, you find yourselves back outside the Eye of the Storm, all four of you, including Volt. Or I guess we should do this inside the Eye of the Storm, so that Volt can be there and out in the open. And Harriet will go, well, I figured out that I'm going to be running a couple of errands, and looking up some of the books in the local Arcanum to see what else I can find that might be of help with these matters. So hopefully by the next time that you come back, I may have figured a thing or two out about how to be of help with this. But good luck, all of you. Please stay alive.
Thank you, Harriet.
Yeah. She will turn to you, Helena, and she will kiss you and squeeze your hand and go, we found each other again. We're gonna find each other again, right?
Of course we will.
Good.
You be safe.
I will. Kill a monster. Save the world, okay?
I will.
She'll kiss your cheek and then turn away from you. And she will go, Cal, we haven't known each other for a long time, but honestly, it's been a pleasure, and I like you enormously. Which is why I hope that you will hear me when I say that if for whatever reason you come back but Helena doesn't, I will hold you so completely and totally responsible, and I will make your life a living hell in a way that you cannot even begin to fathom. So please, please, please hold that in your mind as you make all decisions from this point onwards, all right?
I like you very much too, Harriet.
She'll give you a big hug. And then sort of go, right, I'm off then. Don't have too much fun without me, kids.
Good
I
luck.
love you.
I love you too. And she will leave, and the door will close behind her. Maeve will go, and you're really going to be okay married to that one. She seems lovely, but my lord, is she a handful.
Oh, I'm glad you think so. I was right, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
next stop, Westfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. With or without the little one?
I suppose. You want to come? I'll take him.
Right. Maeve will, go up to the door and sort of adjust the dial. And there is the sort of familiar, as she pulls on the switch. And she'll then go, right, next stop, everyone. Westfall. I need you both to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
Boy.
12.
Okay.
11.
You both take 4 points of damage as the door opens, and immediately into the Eye of the Storm is this cloud of burning hot
Ugh.
smoke, and just like you seem to be in like the middle of a column of dust that is in the air that just immediately streams in, making your eyes burn, causing you both to choke. And Maeve will go, God damn it. Quick, close the door, are you going? Quickly.
We're going.
Okay.
We're
You're
going.
going.
Come on.
Close the door after
My
us.
fault.
Come on,
Oh
Cal.
God.
I'm going.
Instantly, you find yourselves in, like a city that is all around you. All that you can see is smoke and dirt and just kind of like the silhouetted outline of rubble. You look around and you see that it is actually vaguely of a miracle that the door to the Eye of the Storm is still working, as the most of the building that it was once edged to has collapsed, leaving kind of just like half a wall standing upon which the door is. Volt is sort of looking around. You can see his eyes watering as he hisses. What are we doing, folks?
Trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
At the moment, there is burning smoke all around you. You hear the crackle of flames, too.
Okay.
Well, let me go first because fire doesn't bother me quite as much.
Oh, that's
okay.
right. And Cal, you should only then take 2 points of damage.
Thank you.
Yes.
Aha.
Okay. So we're gonna find a path through this lot?
I guess. What else can we do?
Roll me a survival check, both of you. You with advantage, Cal.
I get a 10.
I got a survival is 18.
And roll me another Constitution saving throw, both of you.
I got another 18.
Okay.
13. Actually, no. 13 plus 8, 21.
Okay, so you are both all right. You kind of, like cover your mouth and, you don't succumb to the smoke. As Cal, you find your way, like, just like weaving through the buildings. Right now, you're kind of just like let's get out of here so we can see what is happening.
Yeah.
And eventually, you find sort of like that the smoke finally begins to thin and then clear. And as you do, you find that you are no longer in a city, but are now in what looks like a lightly wooded area right outside a city. The Eye of the Storm must have been very close to one of the borders of Westfall, and you are now sort of outside the city again. And you see that immediately to your right is a small hill that is right there if you would like to climb it, or there, you could sort of like set about exploring. Past it, beyond, forward, you see these like plains that lead into kind of this like arid desert and mountains behind you. So you suspect that the Sapphire Sea that Westfall is on the shore of is behind you. You are kind of probably facing the southwest. To the northeast is the sea.
Okay. Well, maybe let's climb this hill here and see what we can see.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Where are we supposed to be meeting, Razak?
I assume by the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah.
You get to the top of the hill, and you see that even more so than Long Branch, the city is in a state of complete ruin. Many buildings have collapsed. In fact, sort of this like cloud of smoke that seems to just like be everywhere in the city is probably the result of a lot of buildings collapsing very shortly in the past couple of days. You see basically no sign of humanoid intelligent activity. But you do see in the far off, in what looks like the docks, the upper edges of these large whipping tentacles that seem to slam down against the building. And a moment later, you see the building lose integrity and start to collapse downward, raising up a new plume of smoke that obscures whatever thing just did that from view.
Okay. So it's right there. We're right in there.
It's there. So do we see signs of the Navy anywhere?
Roll me a perception check.
That's a 2.
Am I rolling too?
Yes, you are as well.
I get a natural 20.
Oh, thank
well.
goodness. Cal's like really transfixed by the tentacle.
But the tentacles of it all, which is fair.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's smoky, it's weird, it's difficult. You don't know. You're not seeing much of anything, Cal. Helena, you are also having a hard time seeing much of anything, but you do hear this slight rustle to the left of you. And when you turn around, you don't see anything there, but something definitely just like made a piece of the vegetation shake or something.
What was that? Something. Let's go after it.
Oh, okay.
Just something over there.
Okay. Why not?
Volt will kind of,
What's
you
up,
know,
Volt?
like get his hackles up a little bit.
Do you smell something that you don't like? Is it a mind flayer from the Solinese Navy?
And as soon as you say that, there is a ripple, and the levitating figure standing about half a feet over the ground of a mind flayer will appear, dropping the invisibility spell that was concealing it. And they will address the two of you with a voice that booms in your head as it goes, "I presume you are the Admiral's contacts?"
We are.
Yeah.
"I was told to expect you. Come this way. We will rendezvous with the main fleet." And he'll gesture and start to kind of just like waft forward, heading towards the heading for the west end of the city, pardon me. Walking still outside of the perimeter.
Okay. Bolt, I promise I won't let them do anything to you.
Volt is walking along, but still very like...
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good instincts. Okay? Yeah. Good.
The Mind Flayer is just levitating, moving forward in silence.
Okay. Well, I'll start following him.
Me too.
But I'll put on my tin hat.
You reckon?
Yeah.
He'll look over his shoulder and go, "How will we communicate?" as you start to put on your tin hat.
Well, why don't you talk like a normal person?
He will turn around and, lifting his tentacles and showing his rounded lamprey-like mouth, go... "I'm sorry, my pronunciation is not very good. Is that how you say hello? Because that is the best I can do."
Fine.
"Your
didn't know you guys had a
cooperation
sense of
is
humor.
noted."
Well, this is different.
This is great. This is fun. Just what
So,
I wanted.
We'll
to
just
do.
keep the hats off for now.
Yep.
I guess Volt could wear it. If he wants.
Actually, yeah. Yeah.
It's a little big on
Don't know how
him,
that will
but
go.
I suppose you can kind of
Yeah.
fashion it into something
Yeah.
that he could wear.
Kind of try to get it.
Yeah,
on
let me
him.
give it. I'm quite good at knocking
Yeah.
hats into shape.
Yeah. Oh,
There you
look
go,
at that.
Volt. If you get sick of it, just take it off. Great. So, Mr. Mindflayer, how's it been going?
Badly.
Yes, it looks that
Westfall
way.
was one of Soliana's biggest cities on the continent. It is now a ruin of itself. Losses are near
Yes.
total. Thousands of Solinese citizens have died.
well, may
Ships are
not
being
like your
scrambled
boss
from all over
very
the
much.
Sapphire Sea to solve this problem.
May not like your boss very much, but I'm very sorry to hear that.
Your sympathy is noted.
Thank you. Well, have you figured out any weaknesses that this thing has?
Well, it appears to be quite large, which makes it easier to hit it with more cannons. Up until now, it has destroyed the few ships that have attempted to attack it, but now that the shard is here, that should prove a different matter.
The what,
The
sorry?
shard?
The
shard,
shard,
you said?
flagship of the Solinese Navy.
Ah, of course.
Ah, yes.
It's
Is
your
that-
largest, is it?
Largest, most powerful, most durable, impregnable.
Oh.
Is it bigger than the creature?
Unclear. Only
Okay.
small part of the creature has emerged from the waters.
Yes.
Calculations suggest that it is colossal.
Yes.
Oh, good, good. We like a colossal challenge.
I see that you are bearing the weapons, he will say with a glance towards your sword, Helena. Admiral Razark believes those are the key to its permanent destruction. Between the might of the shard and the various ships that have been conscripted into service, we should be able to destroy this creature before it proves a threat to more life.
That's the idea.
It is a good idea. I enjoy this idea.
I think we're in agreement on that.
Good. I look forward to agreeing on many more matters.
Maybe? Yeah.
We can't really think things without you knowing them, can we?
I will limit myself to your surface-most thoughts, and the thoughts that you seem to inflict upon me. I will do my best to limit myself to only perceiving those thoughts, but you people do tend to think quite loudly. It can be difficult to block out the noise.
Well, that's
Well,
very kind of you.
It's very reasonable of you. I'm going to try not to think
Yes.
too
I'm
much.
trying to think as little as possible.
Your
except
mental
this
silence is
giant
noted
monster.
and appreciated.
Cal, later on, you and I should talk, but not
Yes.
now.
If
Yes,
you would like
yes,
to
we
talk
should.
now, I assure you I will not be bothered by it.
Oh no, let's just carry on.
Indeed.
Very well. We will be there in a matter of hours.
Hours?
Well, we need to
Hours.
reach the eastern cliffs, and from there you will
Ah.
be able to be transported to the ship. It is not my fault that you chose to manifest on the wrong side of the city.
Well, it was free, okay?
I appreciate the value of a bargain. My
We're
host,
gonna have a lot of time.
my host body was a textile merchant, and quite a good one at that.
Ew.
Lovely. Charming. Maybe we don't talk the rest of the time.
Silence is golden.
I just don't like today very much, Cal. I'm just not keen on today.
No, it's been not great so far. Not great so far. It's been a rough few weeks.
Could be worse, I suppose. We could be.
I suppose.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice that we don't have the Void Keeper, so we don't know how close we are to
Oh,
imminent doom.
yeah. That's a real.
I was thinking about that.
That's a real comfort, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Satus is
which,
enjoying it.
There's nothing quite like a threat where you're not sure how bad the threat is.
Yeah.
That's the most relaxing
Don't tell me the
thing.
odds.
If we
Sure.
Never
can't
tell
see
me
it,
the odds.
it's not there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Philosophy.
exactly.
Cal, do you think we should ask this chap about our sort of variously stolen, family members, friends, and so on, or do you think it's sort of pointless to engage with that at this point because it's on
I don't
Rizak.
think he'll tell us, but I suppose we could ask him. What is your name, Mind Flayer friend?
Razi Julak.
Ah, Razi Julak.
Yes.
Aussie Julak. Nice. There are normally 3 of us. Are you aware of this? We have
Yes.
a third
1,
colleague.
2, 3. I can see all 3
No.
of you.
No. There's another gentleman. And a scholar.
He is a scholar and a gentleman. He has
He
weapons.
is,
We
yes,
believe he's been in
yeah.
contact with your forces recently.
This is the bard.
The bard,
Yes.
indeed.
Yes, indeed.
I did not know that you were associated with that asset.
Asset.
But you've seen him?
Yes, he is quite friendly.
He's all right.
I am not allowed to speak of the current state of the asset. That is a question for Admiral Razak.
What would happen if you did?
What would happen if I spoke about matters that are above my station?
Yes.
Yes.
What's
What's the worst that could happen?
I do not know, because I would never commit such a grievous injury to the code of law of the Solinese Navy. It is
Blah,
quite
blah,
literally
blah, blah.
unthinkable.
But
We're quite capable of unthinkable things too, aren't we, Cal?
we sure are.
More to the point, why would I want to disobey one of Admiral Razak's orders? See, there is no conceivable reason for it. You cannot conceive a reason. You are stunned into silence by the difficulty of the task before you.
Threatening this guy would be a bad idea, right,
And-
Cal?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Please keep up. It is only about another hour and 20 minutes.
Very good.
Any other questions for this Mind Flayer?
Shall we continue down this path, Cal? There's other places we could take this. It sounds like Satus might be okay.
I think we wait until we know more.
Yeah? You don't want to try him on dragons?
I mean, you can ask, but I doubt if he doesn't say anything about Satus, I doubt he'll tell us anything about the dragons.
You have 2 of our dragons. Are they friendly?
I am not allowed to speak of those assets either.
So help me, gods. Just keep walking then, I suppose.
In time, you reach the top of a recent cliff that overlooks the city. And from here, if you turn away from the city and towards the sea, you can actually see a little ways off this collection of maybe 30 ships of varying sizes. And in the middle, a truly massive one, much bigger than all the other ones. And it catches your eye because it is a ship unlike any that you've ever seen, because it is made out of metal, which I don't think is something that either Cal or Helena have ever encountered before.
How does it float?
Cal Moultrie Ingenuity, the latest collaboration between our 2 nations. Truly a marvel of facile thought put to adequate use. It is the prettiest ship in the fleet.
Prettiest.
Look at it. It is
quite-
beautiful.
It's quite pretty.
It also
You're a
does
strange
catch your
fellow.
eye that there are 2 large chimneys plowing black smoke into the sky from this ship.
That can't
Huh.
be good for the environment, but it is very pretty.
Certainly very metallic.
The Mind Flayer leads you to this little stone platform against which is leaning a young man with spiky hair and these heavily tattooed arms. And what interesting thing on his face, Emma?
Ooh, I think he's got an eyebrow piercing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. This human will go up to the Mind Flayer and go, right, evening, Raj. 2 more for the big one. And Rajagar will go, 2 more assets for the shard, yes. And he goes,
Hang on a second.
righto,
We
step
are
this
not
way.
We are not 2 more acids.
No,
Look.
we are.
Look,
What was your name, sorry?
who was that addressed to?
The new person.
The new person. He'll say, righto, Anders, at your pleasure. Now, look, I know that you're not an asset. You know that you're not an asset. He knows that you're not an asset, I strongly suspect. But he just has to say the things that he has to say. And the sooner that we stop discussing this, the sooner I can activate the teleportation circle that's going to take you down to that big blighter down there. And you can get on with your job, and I can go on with doing my job up here that is getting my sentence shortened by quite a sweet deal. So, can we get a move on, or can we stop discussing this to someone that has no ability to determine whether he calls you an asset or not?
The thing I like about you is how fast you talk. Maybe we should just get on with this.
Yes.
Righto. Step up this way.
I am very curious to hear about the sentence that you incurred, and maybe we can help you with that later.
Sure. Or maybe if we're really lucky, we're never going to see each other ever again. How about that one?
Fine. I don't
Countess-
like you either.
Wonderful.
You do, Cal. You love former criminals.
We'll get along
Yeah.
righto properly. Okay, then. And he will, take out a scroll, and it'll glow purple as he chants an incantation. And a moment later, a circle will glow on the floor with that same shade of purple. And he'll go, righto, step this way, have a nice trip, keep all your arms and legs within the teleportation circle at all times, and don't hold your breath while it does the thing.
Okay, come on, Volt.
Right, okay.
Farewell, be useful to the purposes of Soliana, and Soliana shall smile upon you.
And also with you.
Thank you. Your courtesy is noted.
It's been a real pleasure, Raz.
I can say that this has been a functional time, and I note the functionality of it, and I appreciate it.
Goodbye now.
Bye-o, have a nice trip.
Bye, Anders.
Bye.
And as you step
Oh,
into
yeah.
the circle, there is a fast sound, and the world spins around you for a moment, and then you find yourself on the deck of that metallic ship, surrounded by all manner of armed servicemen, people in uniform. Sort of, you were briefly on that Solinese ship, and that was super prim and proper, everyone in uniform. This is that times 10. It is super intense. Everyone is in uniform, including the dozen or so mind flayers that are moving around the deck, levitating, going from station to station, and having telepathic conversations with various officers. But a moment later, a young woman in servicewoman's uniform with short cropped blonde hair will turn to you and go, right, welcome to the Shard. What might I say your names are?
I'm Helena Hailstorm.
Ah,
I'm Calistoga Vance.
and that would be Volt. Yes, you are one of the Priority 1 units. One moment, please. Can I get you a cup of water, a cup of tea, anything? A little bit of bread?
Take some
Volt?
bread.
I'll have a tea.
Righto,
Yeah.
righto. Please, come this way.
We don't have to be nice to them just because we're getting tea.
Okay, thank you.
And she will lead you to a stateroom towards the back of the ship. And, we'll open it, and inside will be sort of this, lovely table, paintings adorn the walls, a globe is set up, maps of the known world are sort of, carved into the ceiling of the room. And she will go, the Admiral will be with you shortly. Tea, sugar, lemon, milk, honey, anything? How do you take it?
A black with lemon, thank you.
Wonderful. And you, Miss Vance, can I get you anything?
I would like some bread.
Absolutely. Would you like whole wheat, white. We've got some lovely biscuits.
Do you have sourdough?
Yes, we do.
I'll take sourdough.
Wonderful. Give me just a moment, please. And she will leave, leaving you alone.
Okay.
I don't see any reason why we shouldn't ask Admiral Razak what's going on with our people before we do anything.
We should. We absolutely should. We're not going to do anything for her until she tells us.
Anything else?
Do you still have your tin hat?
Yeah, I just don't feel much like putting it on anymore.
Sometime later, this woman with the short cropped blonde hair will return carrying a large tray on which there is some bread, a little pot of tea with some cups, some slices of lemon, a little bit of meat on the side, which she says just in case the dragon is hungry. Thank you.
So kind of you.
Thank you. Please take a seat, make yourselves comfortable. The Admiral will be with you shortly. And with that, she will leave.
I'll sniff some of the meat to see if I can tell anything is bad with it.
All right.
Good thinking.
Roll me.
Yeah.
I guess this would be like a survival check.
Okay.
Yeah, like being...
That's an 8.
Smells fine.
I can lick it if you
Smells
want.
like meat.
I'll lick it.
You
I'm gonna
like
lick it.
As Helena is licking the steak, a door opens, and Admiral Razak walks in. He goes, "Afternoon. I didn't mean
Good
to
afternoon.
interrupt. Whatever
Hi there. Hi there.
this was. Thank you so much for joining me and for being so prompt. As you can see, the situation here is dire in the extreme. So we need to talk bluntly, and we need to talk quickly, and we need to talk to the point. Which is why I
agree.
think that we can dispense with some of the formalities, folks. And I think that we should begin by just... No one will get punished, but I just need to know, where is the security leak?
What?
What?
I presume that you were the ones that got Mr. and Curtin and the 2 dragons away from the fleet. How did you do it? Again, we don't need... Nobody's going to get punished. No one is going to be in any way harmed. But if there is something wrong with my defenses, I need to know before we take on that monster.
When did this happen?
Four days ago, as I'm sure you know.
4 days ago.
4 days.
Yes, I was hoping to use his Void Piercer to destroy that monster, but when it was suddenly no longer in our care, as the, lion's shard of the fleet got together, I realized that I needed Void Piercers, and I couldn't make contact with him. He seems to be shielding himself from me in some way, so I was forced to make contact with the 2 of you.
I think the leak that you're looking for is called Mr. Satus and Curtin, and he just figured it out.
Yeah,
'Cause
sounds
he's
right.
Very smart. Much smarter than we are.
We were coming here to ask you about how he was doing, and the dragons, and Cal's dad.
All are hail and hearty. I regret to inform you, Miss Vance, that given the high likelihood of danger upon our current mission, your father is no longer in my personal care. He is safely on one of the ships that we still have stationed in Amar. He's being taken care of quite excellently, and has not been harmed in any way. I can appreciate that my
You're
methods...
lying.
Please.
If you're lying, I will end you.
Ma'am, we don't have time for lies anymore. The apocalypse is out the door.
Yeah.
We have monsters destroying our cities. I can understand that my methods may seem extreme, and that we have not seen eye to eye in the past, but the time to settle all of that will be after we don't have a Leviathan leveling one of the major cities in the continent.
I think on that much we can agree. It would be very
Good.
useful to have Satus. Unfortunately, we...
Well, if you
have
can
kind of
find
no way of
him,
contacting him.
I would be thrilled to have 3 Void Piercers on my side, rather than just 2. For what it's worth,
Now
you seem to have...
let's not go so far as to say we're on your side, but we will help you take down this Leviathan.
Good. As I say, we have accumulated most of the fleet here. The destructive power of Soliana stands ready to go on the attack, and we have no better ship for that than this one. If you will give me a moment, we can go over the battle plan, see what might be the best way to... At that point, there's a knock on the door, and she will turn around, and a gentleman in kind of this lieutenant's uniform will walk in and go, "Ma'am," and he will pass a note of paper to her, which she will quickly unfold and go, "Just a moment, I need to deal with a technical matter. I will be back in 10 minutes. Please make yourselves at home." Excuse me.
A technical matter?
A technical matter. One of the ships that we have commandeered, a vessel that you might be familiar with, the Maelstrom, commanded by one Vorla Kerwin, is apparently a little bit slow in joining up with the formation. But we are hoping that if I am able to speak with the commander of that vessel, we might be able to reach an agreement about why she might momentarily join the forces of the Solinese Navy as we attempt to take on this monster. Give me 1 moment, please. I will be back shortly.
If we can be of any help, she might prefer it coming from us.
Let me speak with her first. I might loop you into the conversation in short order. As you were... And she will shut the door as her and the lieutenant both leave, leaving you alone once again.
So, Satus got out.
Do you not think she's listening to every word we say?
Oh, she's absolutely listening. But I don't need to pretend that we orchestrated it. Or, I don't know. Maybe we should. Maybe that's smarter. But I'm not smart.
No. You carry on. I a thought had occurred, but
No. What was it?
I don't want to say it.
There's some paper around in like one of the desks with a quill.
Could you write it down?
Yeah, all right. I'll write it down.
Okay.
Helena takes a quill. She writes the word caretaker, slides it across to Cal, and then eats it. Curator. Oh! She has to do it again because she forgot the word. This is getting farcical.
No,
She eats that one too.
I do quite like this image. So, like, Helena gets a piece of paper, writes down caretaker, shows it to Cal. As Cal quizzically raises an eyebrow, Helena eats the piece of paper, swallows, smacks her head, wait a minute, writes down another piece of paper, and now writes curator on it.
And then eats that.
And then she eats that one. Great, tremendous.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
What? Wonderful.
Potentially.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I had completely forgotten, legitimately.
Do you think we have any way of contacting Satus aside from that?
I don't have sending anymore, but if we had a scroll of sending, we could get one.
If I were Satus and I were free, I'd probably try and find an Eye of the Storm.
Probably. I mean, who knows where the caretaker took it.
Stop it.
But no, it's a good code word. The caretaker.
Yeah. At least they're free, I guess.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to trust in a fey trickster god, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But.
And what are we thinking about the whole Solinese Navy situation? Are we working with them? Are we getting away? What are we doing?
I think we work with them under the conditions. She cannot have Volt. She cannot.
Yeah, seems fair.
They can't mind control us. And once it's done, it's done.
I don't see how we can beat this thing without them, though. I'd be interested to hear their battle plan, because it doesn't look that easy, whatever you throw at it. I'm also interested in whether she is compelling people to join with their ships or not, or just persuading them.
Yes, no, I'd like to know that too. But the fact of the matter is, I think we kind of have to work together to bring this thing down.
And then what? We get out fast, or are we doing the other one with her as well?
I don't know.
At this moment, there's a knock in the cabin door. And the door will open, and the same blonde woman with the cropped hair will poke her head in and sort of go, sorry to interrupt again, ma'am. I just want to make sure that everything was to your liking, that everything looked good so far.
Oh, yeah, that, Cal will take, like, a bite of the sourdough and very good, thank
It's
you.
good? Okay, goodness.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that I'd gotten everything right, that I hadn't missed anything. And she will take out a little black notebook, and she will open it up and just kind of go like, I just want to double check on what you had ordered. So first, it was help Satus get out. So I think that we've taken care of that. And then I believe that the second order of business was mess up the Solinese plans. Do whatever we could to interfere with the Navy. Just generally mess things up. That was the order of the day, correct?
Yeah.
Hi.
And this woman will smile in a way that was very different from the way she smiled before. A smile that you recognize as her image begins to fade. And a moment later, there's a blast. A powerful explosion from somewhere below you on this boat that rocks the entire boat. And you hear screaming, you hear flames beginning to spread.
Oh god.
A moment later, another explosion. Distant enough that you believe that it was probably not on this boat, but on another boat.
Stop.
I think he's gone.
Oh,
Right?
God.
We didn't say when to mess them up. And
No, we did not.
Another explosion, farther away but still detectable.
should we get out of here?
I mean, I don't know.
A
probably.
second explosion from somewhere below decks. There is more screaming. The entire ship is shaking at this point.
We're getting off this ship. Come on.
We probably should. But we're in the middle of an ocean with a giant leviathan in it.
Well, let's go see what our options are.
Maybe Anders will bring us back.
What are we doing, folks?
But I guess we better get out of here.
We're not just gonna stand here and...
No, unless we want to teleport back to the you know.
You could do that. You
Like,
have the scroll of word of recall.
Yeah,
You could just
yeah.
go, you know what?
But that seems
Last
yeah,
resort,
yeah,
okay?
what we're-
Cal,
yeah,
if we
yeah.
seem to be
Okay,
about to
okay,
drown
yeah.
or to be eaten, then we'll do that. For now, let's
Okay.
see what we can do without that.
Okay. Yes.
Out of the room.
Yes. Okay.
You emerge.
God, I hate that guy.
You emerge onto a deck that is consumed in pandemonium. Fires are poking up from every corner of the ship that leads to below decks. There's running, screaming. In the distance, you see that 3 of the nearest and largest Solinese vessels to this big central craft are now also on fire, as a 5th explosion rings out in the ship that was ahead of this one. There is screaming, yelling, everyone is doing everything that they can. The mind flayers are casting psionic spells to try to contain the blast of the damage. And I need a dexterity saving throw from both of you.
Oh God.
I got a 15.
I got a 6.
With a 15, you hear someone scream, "Watch out," as one of the big chimneys on the ship, one that was behind you, lists and then collapses and begins to fall towards you. Helena, you leap out of the way onto the deck. Cal, you are a little bit slower, and you end up knocked backwards as the chimney hits the deck with just like a blast of wind getting knocked backwards, and you tumble off the deck and into the water.
Cal?
And I believe that is where we are going to leave it for today.
Damn it.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Well played.
Well played, Gabriel.
As that mind flare was walking us up, I thought we have not heard the last of the curator and the messing up and the.
I had legitimately totally forgotten about that in this moment.
I remembered way too late. It was in time to know it was coming, but not being able to do anything about it.
I'm not sure there was anything to do about it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh God. What have we done?
Pixie song.
Well, you've messed up the Solinese Navy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Great.
But at least we freed Satus and the dragons.
Hey, yeah,
to
there we
an
go. Boom.
undisclosed location.
Hashtag worth it?
Yeah.
All right. I love these sessions
Right.
where I get the sense that my friends could kill me if they could at the end of them.
Yes. Yep.
Just like a sense of like low-key murderous intent from my dear friends that
Just
I play
low-key.
this game with.
Yeah.
Lucky we're divided by an ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. This was a, kind of topsy-turvy session in a lot of ways, including the 40 minutes that the three of us spent trying to solve technical issues at the top of it.
It was the curator.
So thank you for bearing with this being sort of something that like came out on YouTube first. We still love and appreciate everyone that tunes into this show. Thank you so much. We especially love everyone that supports us on Patreon. Again, this is a fun thing that we do, but we still do take time to do it and make it. So we really, really appreciate kind of everyone that supports us over there. I know that we are behind on a couple of rewards there that we need to do. And we've kind of been like out of sync on that because some of it has not felt right to do without Mike, but I know that we are really overdue for a 20 to Midnight Nights to kind of like describe the whole recent saga. So we need to just sort of like find some time to do that. But thank you to everyone that supports us there, especially to the wonderful Rena.
And thank you. We actually.
Oh
yes. Go ahead.
No, please.
We also have a new patron to thank.
Oh, great.
Harsimran Singh. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but thank you, Harsimran. We
really, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to Rena, who I believe supports us at the highest level. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rena.
Alrighty, folks. Let's do the credits so that we can turn off this video and Emma and Beth can yell at me some more. This has been 20 to Midnight. It is performed by Beth Eyre as Helena Hailstorm, Emma Sherr-Ziarko as Calstoke Vance, and Mike Schubert in absentia as Satus in Curtum. It is adventure designed and DM'd by me, Gabriel Urbina. It features wonderful original music by Alan Rohde and amazing original art by Mikaela Buckley. It features sound effects that have been sourced through soundsnap.com. And we are going to be back very shortly to discover how our friends get out of this one. If our friends get out of this one, it'll be great.
Look forward to it.
Me too.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.